Here we go. Give me just a couple seconds to get my stuff figured out here. Just doing test number 2. Alright, now I am absolutely totally not able to see anything. This is so weird. I wonder if I can hear me now. Set that off to the side. Why does it have those words? I don't understand that. Do I have? Seems to be all working. I guess this is why you test things. Well, this is weird. I'm not understanding why. Is it my internet? Like frozen in time? Looks like I'm the only one in here, so that's probably a good thing. Oh, I can hear me. Can I still hear me? I can hear me through that. Can I still hear me now? So that's where the disconnect comes in. Okay. Let's see if this works any better. All right, microphone check. All right. So it's like I got like a 3 to 5 second delay, but at least I can hear me, so I know that you guys can hear me too. All right. So I am going to pull some wheels off of this guy and throw some inserts in. I'm just kind of testing this out today, seeing how it goes. I did a short one just a couple minutes ago to see how the microphone was working, and the answer to that question is not well. So I did some revamping, some retesting offline, and then hop back on to do what I was originally going to do, which is throw in some squid inserts. Um, like I said earlier, yesterday I was out at Neil's. He's the squid inserts man himself. He is the squid. Um, so I went out, got to go crawl with him, a couple of the local guys here. Great time, beautiful spot, good food, good friends. You know how it works. He's got great plans for that new piece of property out there. New, few years old, but he's, so as everything, it's a work in progress. So he's out there, him and his wife, and their handsome pup, who I adore. Chewy is an amazing dog. I'm sure if you know Neil, you know Chewy. And Chewy's huge. Also handsome. I should have got a picture to show you guys because it's a great big dog. Anyway, just got some stuff going here. Got some squid inserts right there. We're going to throw these guys together. We will find, is that the right size? Nope. I am off by one. That should be the right guy right there, and it is. Sorry guys, this is going to take me 2 seconds to go get my drill, and my microphone is going to cut out, so I won't talk. I'm reckless like that. I like to do things just a touch on the wild side. So this is going to be a little awkward. I'm looking at an empty desk there with the same thing that you guys are seeing, but I'm back. Kind of crazy. Yeah, so anyways, earlier I was just kind of talking about the studio here, what we got going on. I didn't really talk much about plans or futures. I just kind of talked about what it was. Like I said, this is just kind of a test, a little microphone check, and I am testing stuff out. My dog would like to come in and join us. So I will allow Honey Bunny to come in if she'd like to. Anyway, sorry about the constant interruptions here. Like I said, I'm just testing this out, trying new microphone, new gimbal, new inserts, new tires. Soon enough, new project. That's how that works. Taking out the Injoras, they work good in more of a stiffer walled tire. This is more of a comp based tire. So I am, see, this is the one thing that I don't like. I don't think I'm seeing. Will somebody try to put a comment up, please? I don't know that I'm seeing comments, which kind of defeats the purpose of doing this. This was supposed to be about engagement. Anywho, I'm going to move forward with one of these, and then I will monkey with that again. Technology is not my strong suit. As far as streaming and such goes, I know the programs that I need for the line of business that I am in, um, and somewhat beyond, but I am no tech technology superhero for sure. So we'll get this one buttoned back up. Oh yeah, I can tell already. We're gonna love that. So at the moment, it doesn't look like anybody's in here, so I'm not depressing anybody if I take a few moments and try to figure out why I can't see comments. I mean, maybe the reason is because no one's making any. Very well could be. I wish I had someone. I should have told somebody, so I could have at least had someone to tell me whether it's working or not. So if anybody hops in, uh, which I can clearly see currently there isn't anyone, but if anybody does hop in, please leave a comment. Hopefully not a snide remark, but a comment just to tell me whether people can hear me or not. Um, I do Chris with a CRC. I enjoy chit chatting with him. He's in the UK. Very awesome guy. Uh, I like his enthusiasm for the hobby. He does a lot less of the crawler stuff that I do a lot of, but I love his enthusiasm for the hobby and how hard he works to, push things forward. Uh, Give me just a couple seconds. I'm going to try a couple things, see what I can do. All right. Anybody join the chat so I can see if it works. I apparently am not allowed to chat with myself. So I'm going to continue on this because this is my task. Um, let's see. Well, so what I do, this is not a full-time job, nor is it a job at all. This is a hobby. Um, and you kind of got to be careful when you talk to. I have friends that are not RC people, and when you tell them that you're doing YouTube, which is something that is completely out of the norm for me, and B doing it based around RC cars, um, you get some looks. I'm gonna put that camera down a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing. You don't have to look at my ugly mug so much. Um, yeah, so in my real life, I am a high-end custom home uh, carpenter and superintendent for um, a couple of companies over two companies over the last 25 years. I've been 25 years in the industry. Started out with a bags on uh, driving force as to why the things got done. And through my career, worked to a point where I was managing the projects and overseeing more than being hands-on. I I still do that. Um, I am looking to make a slight change in life, moving on to another company at this point, but same industry, edge of same industry is my hopes, and we'll kind of see where it goes. Currently, I am doing carpentry stuff as my day job, and I love it. I love carpentry. See somebody hopped in. If you could you throw a comment down just so I can see if it's working? or not. This is just kind of a test run, so I'm not sure if it's actually working. It would be fine if the comment were a middle finger. Like I said, I just want to know if it works. Anyways, throwing these in again, it's squid inserts, SL3D squid inserts. You can look them up online. I will put a link in the description of this for the watching this after the live stream's over. Oh, yes, sir. And a left, and either the comments do not work or I. Oh, come on. All right. So since nobody's in here again, I'm gonna try to do something. I'm gonna try to get out of that. I'm gonna go in here. Nope, that is not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. Then I wanted to go here. Oh, no. Just gonna check and see if I can chat. Oh, nice. Okay, I got it figured out now. Sometimes for us older guys, the whole beating the technology is tough. And this is just something I've never used before. Uh, the live streaming portion is something that I have never done. B, uh, I was suggested that I use a microphone or get a better microphone. So I did that. So I'm hoping that you can hear me. So if you're in here, give me a little hoot hoot. I can hear you, or boo if you want to. Just want to see if this stuff works. 2 out of 4 ain't bad. Move on to the next one. Outs never ends. One being stubborn. Why you don't want to come out? So, like I said, Southwest Montana, we're having a super weird winter this year. Southwest Montana, not much snow. I mean, and when I say not much, I mean absolutely none. Down here in the valley, anyways. There's some up in the mountains, up in the high peaks and such, but not down low, not down here. Hoping that we don't have a super strong fire season this year. Usually, when you have uh, low, low to no snow in the higher elevations, wreaks a little bit of havoc. Um, and even places down south that are seeing this weather, this odd weather for them this year. We're not getting it this year, and it starts up here and moves down south. Comes off the mountains. moves away, if we ain't got no water to send your way, things can get a little hairy. So hopefully we get some snowpack or a nice wet spring to kind of negate that. But we'll see what happens. You know, every year it's a little bit different. A couple of years ago there was more snow here than there had been in 20, 25 years. So that Montana weather. The funny thing is if you don't like the weather in Montana, give it 10 minutes. It'll change. See a couple people in there. If you don't mind, would you just say something so I can see that this stuff's working, even if you. Hey, hey, that's my dad. How you doing, Papa San? Been working on working on figuring out how to chat. Hey, I can chat too. Thanks. Look at that. It's working over here too. We're gonna be over at your guys' house in a few hours. Do a little family dinner. Oh my lord. Yeah, so my dad and my mom just moved up here this summer from Iowa. Um, they moved back that direction quite a few years ago. I don't know exactly how many, maybe 18 or 20 or something of that nature. Um, thanks, Dad. Said he's looking forward to dinner. Um, but we got them back out here this summer. It's been an awkward year for me, kind of transitioning out of one career for a company that I was with and moving into new adventures. Haven't really settled as far as what my new adventures are going to be long term yet. But in the short term, I've started a small, uh, one man band construction company, and I am helping out a couple of buddies do some builds and stuff. So short term, that's what we got going on. Just some carpentry stuff. I'm looking to get back into the either the management game for the large scale construction or a new adventure. I've been dabbling in the thought of many other things. Um, it'd be awesome if I could make money off of doing something in the RC world, but I don't think that Bozeman, Montana is exactly the place to live to make that dream a reality, no matter what my talents are. Yeah, so this was the first Christmas in I think like 25 years I get to spend with my dad and mom. It's been a long time, and it was nice to get them out here with my kids and my in-laws, who they're local here too as well. So family's the same size as local areas, just numbers are growing. So that's nice. What are we having for dinner? I'm a little further in my conversation than you guys are. There's obviously a delay. Looks like, oh, pork roast. Nice. So I don't know if I like how it shows the chat on the screen there. So, and not like I can change all these options. I mean, this is kind of what I'm learning as I go is how this stuff works. I'm definitely no whiz kid when it comes to live streaming. You can put my picture up. Absolutely. That I'm also going to have to learn how to do. Something, yeah. So I think I did those all correct direction. Yes, I did. I like to put the compound dot to the inside. I just like to see that tire on the outside. I know what the compound is. I'm not trying to show it off. Let's see here. I do have a bunch of other things that I need to do on this truck before springtime hits and we're getting ready to comp. We're going to do some new shocks. And realistically, I don't know how competitive I will get with this one, but it's always nice to have a couple options. This is an amazing truck out of the box. If you want to talk about vehicles and vehicle manufacturers and who I like and who I don't dislike anybody. There are vehicles and such that I don't like, or styles of vehicles that I haven't ever used, so would have no basis as to whether I do like them or not. But as far as crawlers and bashers go, I love Red Cat. Um, I think Red Cat is making some innovations at a price point that allows people to get into the hobby and kind of, enjoy uh, really actually very competitive um, trucks. I mean, this thing is amazing, and really the biggest difference between this and everything else is that motor, that Hobbywing Fusion SE. It has the FOC, and that's just it's an absolute game changer as far as what it can do. It's almost like these inserts. If you're so I have trouble with foams uh, because they're foam. Um, you know, that's the only problem that I have with them. If it were a different something that didn't sponge up the water, I would use more foams. And I'm not completely against foams. They're just they just degrade because of my abuse to them, not because they're a bad product. The Enduras, I like what weight they add on some vehicles. I think that the amount of squish is amazing. Sometimes it's just not. You're a little bit heavier than that. You're in between what those are. These squid inserts just offer an amazing an amazing amount of squish. You get that compliance, that that nice conformation of the tire. You get that on these. But when you do the side hill, you don't lose. It doesn't want to flop over on you and lose all that. And I believe that Neil, I've tried a couple of these out. I believe that Neil has really got these put together in a way that if you're not running these, you're missing out. Um, try them sometime. If you have a friend that has someone else that's into these guys, grab a set and run them and just see how they do. Um, they will probably change your mind as far as which direction to go. Um, so check them out. Squid Inserts, SL3D. He's an amazing guy, has an amazing product. He's also Montana made. We love that. And that's kind of all I have. Like I said, oh, wrong direction. And like I said before, this is just checking things out and seeing that the words up there is gotta go away. That's horrible. I don't like that. I would rather it be over here and cover the TV, but that's not bad. Um, Other things I don't like. I guess that's kind of what I'm on to now is just what I do and don't like about what I'm seeing on the screen. Because this is really just being my first time. I'm just kind of checking out how it works. I mean, realistically, it's not bad. I do not like those words. All right. Well, anyways, I'm gonna quit talking to you like you're my staff. So, anyways, I appreciate you guys jumping on. Had a few of you guys stepping in. I'm sure a couple people will watch this after the fact. I've really enjoyed the process of getting to where I can do lives on mobile. I've set myself little goals, and as I achieve those goals, I do something that's the next step. So microphone, I had to hit a number before I got a microphone, and the next thing is lighting. So I'm looking to get to 100 subscribers, and as soon as I get to 100 subscribers, I'm going to get a couple lights so that I'm not in a shadow here. I'm going to get a couple lights up there coming back this way, and try to make this a little bit better so it's not quite so in the shadows. Anyways, I appreciate you guys coming. I appreciate you guys sticking around. I hope that you have a great upcoming week. And love you guys. Talk to you soon. See you guys in a little bit, Mom and Dad. Peace.